Some journeys don't begin with footsteps, but with dreams quietly blooming in the corners of the mind. Dreams painted by imagination, blurred yet magnetic. Our adventure to this ancient land began just like that, pulled by an invisible current of wonder toward a place where fairy tales seem to echo in the folds of mountains and drift on the wind scented with history. It was a passage not just through geography, but into a space where reality and myth overlap, where every glance holds a secret and every moment feels suspended in time. This journey is called Armenia. Now, let's take a closer look. Few countries can match the depth of Armenia's past, layered with triumph, sorrow, and unwavering spirit. Here, rugged landscapes cradle sacred monasteries, and stories thousands of years old are etched into stone. The beauty lies not just in what you see, but in what you feel. Resilience, reverence, and a rare kind of stillness. This isn't a place that reveals itself easily, but for those who seek, Armenia rewards with something far deeper than simple sightseeing. It offers the chance to be moved, changed, and quietly captivated. Before continuing the video, we have a quiz for you. Arrange the following letters to name a place in Armenia. We have a hint. It is the capital of Armenia and sits in the shadow of Mount Ararat. Please comment your answer below this video. The wait is over. Let's get started. Often called the Switzerland of Armenia, Dilijan enchants visitors with its lush forests and breathtaking mountain scenery. Dilijan is a peaceful alpine town nestled along the Agstev River, just 90 kilometers from Armenia's bustling capital. Its narrow streets, wooden balconies, and tiled rooftops create a cozy, timeless atmosphere for travelers seeking quiet charm. Locals warmly welcome guests, and the aroma of traditional dishes adds to the town's inviting and homely character. The gentle flow of the river and crisp mountain air contribute to Dilijan's relaxing and rejuvenating ambiance. Pars Lake, located in Dilijan National Park, reflects the forest and sky, offering beauty year-round, regardless of season. This serene lake is ideal for peaceful walks, quiet reflection, or relaxing moments with friends by the water's edge. The city's architecture blends Armenian heritage, Soviet-era features, and modern designs, showcasing layers of its evolving identity. Wandering through town reveals hidden gems, from handcrafted souvenirs to local cafes with breathtaking forest views. Dilijan is part of the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities, highlighting its dedication to lifelong education and inclusion. Despite its size, Dilijan's cultural depth and natural beauty make it a must-visit on any trip to Armenia. Located in Khustup province, about 38 kilometers from Yerevan, the monastery sits near the end of the Yerevan-Garni road. It housed a school, scriptorium, library, and music academy, highlighting its cultural and religious significance. Geghard Monastery, also known as Geghardavank, was a major spiritual and educational center in medieval Armenia. It was founded in the early 4th century by Gregory the Illuminator after Armenia adopted Christianity as a state religion. Originally called Yerevan, meaning cave monastery, its earliest structures were carved directly into the surrounding cliffs. A local legend tells of noble siblings guided by a divine sign to build a church in the Azet River Gorge. With help from a holy virgin, they constructed the first temple in the rocks and lived there until their death. The main structures, including the cathedral and family tombs, were completed in the 13th century by the Procyon dynasty. Today, the complex features rock-cut churches, tomb chapels, and hundreds of caves scattered across the cliffside. Visitors reach Geghard via a long paved path that leads to a parking area just below its stone ramparts. Near Smbatabert lies Sochit Dendropark, a well-known resort area next to an arboretum filled with diverse plant species. Lori is one of Armenia's most scenic regions, featuring forested mountains, deep gorges, and the beautiful Debet River Valley. It is home to a mix of ethnic groups, including Russians, Greeks, and Moluccans, with their unique religious and cultural traditions. The regional center, Vanadzor, became an industrial hub in the 1920s under Soviet rule, producing both light and heavy goods. Vanadzor also evolved into a recreational area surrounded by forests and resorts that once flourished during Soviet times. Today, the town is known for its abandoned factories and metal debris, which have become iconic parts of its landscape. Lori contains several historic monasteries, including UNESCO-listed Hogpat and Sanahun, and the pilgrimage site of Aktala. The region is rich in natural minerals, especially molybdenum and copper, supporting its mining-based economy. Lori's diverse flora and fauna, paired with historic and religious sites, make it a key destination in northern Armenia. Although the 1988 Spitak earthquake caused widespread damage, Lori continues to recover and rebuild its communities. You don't need to leave Earth to feel like you've stepped onto another planet. Just visit Armenia's stunning Symphony of Stones. This extraordinary natural monument is found in the Garni Gorge, near the village of Garni, not far from Yerevan. Known also as the Basalt Organ, the site features towering hexagonal and pentagonal basalt columns. Formed from rapidly cooling volcanic lava, these columns rise up to 50 meters high in graceful semicircular formations. Their shape and structure resemble a giant pipe organ, giving the formation its musical nickname. The lava flow that created them occurred around 40 million years ago, during a major volcanic event in the region. The cooling process caused the lava to crack into these geometric shapes, now tightly packed into the gorge walls. This surreal site draws both local and international visitors year-round for its unique beauty and peaceful setting. It has become a top spot in Armenia for photography, casual hikes, and weekend picnics. Couples often choose the Symphony of Stones as a wedding backdrop, thanks to its dramatic scenery. The monument is considered one of Armenia's most iconic natural wonders and is easily accessible from the capital. Its Mars-like landscape offers an unforgettable encounter with nature's most unusual artistic creations. This 13th century masterpiece lies dramatically perched above the Amagu River near Yeghard, framed by steep red rock cliffs. Built during the rule of the Orbelian princes, the monastery became a religious and cultural hub for the Siunic province. Noravank, meaning new monastery in Armenian, is anything but new. It has stood for over 700 years. From the 13th to 14th centuries, It served as a bishop's residence and had strong ties with the University of Gladzor. Legend holds that a relic of the true cross, stained with Christ's blood, was once hidden within the monastery walls. The highlight of the complex is St. Odzun Church, a two-story building completed in 1339 by Prince Bertel Orbelian. This architectural marvel rests on a high foundation, lending it a grand and stately presence against the rugged backdrop. The lower level serves as the family tomb, while the upper level houses a chapel reached by a narrow, steep staircase. The dome of the church is adorned with elegant arches and columns, creating a balanced and majestic silhouette. The facade is cross-shaped and intricately carved with religious symbols and images of saints. Famed medieval artist Momik decorated the churches with striking human depictions of biblical scenes and figures. In the 17th and 18th centuries, defensive walls and extra structures were added around the monastic site. Near the eastern wall stand remnants of a chapel and a kachkar, once part of a 13th century guest house. The monastery's unique design blends humble stonework with high artistry, both outside and within. Recognized for its cultural and architectural significance, Noravank was added to UNESCO's World Heritage Sites in 2002. Erected in Yerevan's Victory Park, The statue dominates the skyline and is visible from many parts of the city. Mother Armenia stands as a powerful monument symbolizing national pride, strength, and the enduring spirit of the Armenian people. The statue itself stands 22 meters tall, while the entire structure, including the pedestal, reaches 51 meters in height. Crafted from hammered copper, the statue rests on a basalt pedestal, giving it a majestic and imposing appearance. The statue was completed and installed in 1967, 5 years after the pedestal had already been constructed. Sculpted by Ara Harutyunyan, Mother Armenia was designed to appear as a watchful guardian of the capital city. She holds a sword with both hands and stands over a shield, representing peace maintained through strength and vigilance. The statue honors Armenian women warriors, like Sosi Mayrig, who fought bravely alongside men during times of conflict. Next to the monument is the grave of the unknown soldier, dedicated to the memory of those lost in war. Mother Armenia remains a lasting tribute to courage, sacrifice, and the unwavering defense of the Armenian homeland. It's also one of the best spots in Armenia to photograph Mount Ararat, especially on a clear, sunny day. This combination of religious and scenic importance has made Khor Virap a must-visit destination for both pilgrims and tourists. Khor Virap Monastery is a major religious landmark that reflects Armenia's early embrace of Christianity and rich spiritual heritage. The site's name, Khor Virap, translates to deep dungeon, referring to the pit where Gregory the Illuminator was imprisoned. Gregory was jailed for 13 years by King Tiridates III before eventually leading Armenia to adopt Christianity in 301 AD. The exact dungeon where he was held remains accessible to visitors today inside the monastery complex. This moment in history marked Armenia as the first nation to officially adopt Christianity as a state religion. Reaching Khor Virap from Yerevan takes about 40 minutes by car, depending on traffic conditions. Travelers can take a bus to Artashat or Pokrovady, then walk 20 minutes, or join a guided tour for more convenience. The monastery's hilltop location in the Ararat Valley also offers sweeping views across the nearby plains and Turkish border. It lies within the ruins of Artaxiata, an ancient city and archaeological reserve that adds historical depth to the visit. Pilgrims and tourists alike are drawn to Khor Virap for its sacred history, symbolic importance, and unmatched views. If you plan your day well, you can combine it with a visit to Etchmiadzin Cathedral for a powerful spiritual journey. Khor Virap is also a natural starting point for exploring Armenia's southern treasures like Noravank, Jermuk, or Tatev. If you visited this place, comment number 3. If not, comment number 4. Garni is a site of immense historical value, featuring monuments from the Hellenistic and early Christian periods of Armenia. The Garni Temple and its surrounding fortress are the most famous landmarks in the area, located just 28 kilometers from Yerevan. This 5-hectare museum reserve also contains ruins of a royal palace and baths built using ancient Roman construction techniques. In 2011, Garni was honored with the UNESCO Greece Melina Mercouri International Prize for Cultural Preservation. The centerpiece of Garni is the pagan Sun Temple, a rare Hellenistic structure in Armenia built before the country adopted Christianity. Many scholars attribute the temple's construction to King Terdat I in the 1st century AD, though exact dates remain debated. The temple was modeled after classical Greek architecture, featuring 24 Ionic columns and a triangular pediment. It sits atop a high basalt podium with a wide staircase and is adorned with intricate carvings of grapevines and pomegranates. Decorative elements like stone ornaments and human bas-reliefs showcase the sophistication of ancient Armenian sculpture. In 1679, a devastating earthquake destroyed the temple, scattering its stones into the Azat River gorge below. Between 1966 and 1976, Armenian specialists and locals meticulously restored the temple using its original fragments. Missing parts were reconstructed with modern materials, preserving the structure's historical accuracy as much as possible. The temple now stands proudly above the surrounding vineyards, framed by the scenic mountains and valleys. From the site, visitors enjoy panoramic views of the Ararat Valley, the Azat Gorge, and the Geghard mountain ridge. From prehistoric times until the 1990s, people lived inside these caves, using the rocky terrain to create safe homes amidst frequent invasions in the Sunnic region of southern Armenia. Khndzoresk is a fascinating cave town in Armenia, featuring over 3,000 caves and once housing a thriving population of nearly 15,000 residents throughout its long history. Legend tells of two hunter brothers, Janagan and Tavari, who founded the village after fleeing a Persian massacre and eventually settling in the breathtaking Khndzoresk Gorge. While chasing a deer during a hunt, the brothers stumbled upon the scenic canyon and were so captivated by its beauty that they chose to build a new home there. Over generations, the villagers became highly skilled at using the mountainous landscape for both daily survival and effective protection from outside threats. In 2009, a suspension bridge was constructed to connect the two slopes of the gorge, enhancing both access and tourism opportunities. The bridge measures 160 meters in length, 63 meters in height, and weighs 14 tons, supporting up to 700 average weight people at once. From the bridge, visitors are treated to a spectacular panoramic view that includes the gorge, caves, and the surrounding mountainous beauty of Khndzoresk. Among the highlights visible from the bridge are the village's 4 ancient churches and the well-known 9 Children's Spring, adding to the location's historical and visual appeal. The mountain features a conical shape with rugged peaks and gently sloping sides, making it an iconic natural landmark in the Armenian highlands. Mount Aragats is a massive stratovolcano located in western Armenia, nestled between the Ararat and Shirak valleys and bordered by the Akourian and Kasag rivers. Standing at 4,090 meters, Aragats is the highest mountain in Armenia and ranks as the fourth tallest peak across the entire Armenian highland. The name Aragats is believed to be linked to the ancient Armenian god Ara and is interpreted to mean Ara's throne, or the throne of Ara. Near Mount Aragats lies an important astronomical facility that was constructed between 1975 and 1985 and began operations officially in 1986. However, the observatory ceased functioning in 1990 due to serious technical malfunctions and financial struggles that made continued operations impossible. A revival effort was launched in the mid-1990s, leading to major modernization work completed by 2010, including software upgrades and new optical components. Joint research efforts resumed soon after, involving scientists from the Russian Astronomical Society and the National Technical University of Athens. Unfortunately, in 2012, the facility was forced to shut down once again when a control arm failure rendered the secondary mirror inoperable. The city of Sevan is situated on the northwestern shore of Lake Sevan, standing at an elevation of 1,900 meters above sea level in the Geghard province of Armenia. Home to a population exceeding 23,000 residents, Sevan functions both as a popular resort destination and the administrative center of the Sevan district, attracting numerous visitors each year. One of the city's most visited attractions is the stunning Lake Sevan itself, a natural wonder that has long been cherished for both its beauty and ecological importance. Covering an area of 1,240 square kilometers with a maximum depth reaching 80 meters, the lake offers a breathtaking view and plays a crucial environmental role. Established in 1978, Sevan National Park encompasses the lakeside region and serves to preserve the area's rich biodiversity, cultural heritage, and ecological balance. Lake Sevan is of tectonic origin and is encircled by several majestic mountain ranges that enhance its scenic value and geographical significance. It holds the title of the largest freshwater lake in the Caucasus and is the world's second largest in terms of freshwater reserves. On bright sunny days, the lake reflects the sky and snowy peaks like a giant mirror, while on overcast days, it appears calm and melancholic. The name Sevan is ancient, and though long believed to come from the Sevanavank Monastery, archaeologists discovered an older inscription calling it Sunya, meaning lake, in Urartian. Among the lake's greatest archaeological finds is a bronze, geocentric model of the solar system, dating back to the 12th to 11th centuries BCE. This extraordinary artifact illustrates ancient Armenian astronomical knowledge, depicting the Earth as a circle surrounded by visible planets and the Sun, showcasing early scientific sophistication. In the northwestern part of Lake Sevan, perched on a narrow and rugged peninsula, stands one of the finest and most enduring monuments of medieval Armenian architecture, Semanavank Monastery. Constructed in the 9th century, only two temples remain today, Serb Aragats and Serb Astvatsatsin, rising solemnly among a field of ancient Khachkars, carved with intricate cross motifs. Built from dark volcanic tuff, the churches likely gave the monastery its name, Sevanavank, which translates to the Black Monastery, in reference to their distinctive color and atmosphere. Both churches were constructed in a cross-shaped architectural style and are remarkable for their precision stone masonry, featuring neatly cut stones, elegantly encased drums, and finely crafted eaves and arches. Toward the end of the 9th century, Sevanavank was the site of a dramatic and legendary battle between Armenian King Ashot and invading Arab armies seeking to conquer the region. Despite having only a small group of soldiers, King Ashot, supported by a handful of brave monks, defended the monastery for months, preventing the enemy from capturing the island. Eventually, King Ashot led his forces into open battle, defeated the Arabs, and safeguarded the monastery, securing its place in the national history of Armenia. Throughout later centuries, the island faced repeated attacks from foreign invaders, including Tamerlane's troops and Persian forces, but the monks always resisted, preserving the monastery through generations. However, during the 16th and 17th centuries, the monastery lost its defensive walls, and by 1930, it ceased to function when the last monk finally left the island. Today, the two somber black churches still stand in solitude, like silent guardians watching over the vast and ancient waters of Lake Sevan. From the peninsula, the view is spectacular. Snow-capped mountains ring the lake, and their dazzling white peaks stretch far into the distant horizon. Beyond the mist-covered waters, lush green slopes rise gently, their summits blanketed in snow even during the warmest days of summer, creating a scene of serene majesty. The city is dramatically split into two parts by the breathtaking gorge of the Arpa River, whose presence adds both scenic beauty and environmental uniqueness to the area. Jermuk is Armenia's premier spa city, drawing countless tourists and visitors annually, many of whom come specifically for its renowned health treatments and mineral-rich therapeutic waters. For centuries, Jermuk's mineral waters have served not only the common people, but also Armenian nobility, who sought their healing powers for a wide variety of physical ailments. This long tradition of healing is evidenced by the ruins of medieval pools discovered in the area, which were later carefully reconstructed during the 19th century. Today, Jermuk's health resorts treat illnesses such as gastritis, gastric ulcers, hepatitis, pancreatitis, and even chronic conditions like diabetes, metabolic disorders, and respiratory and nervous system diseases. According to a cherished local legend, a wounded deer miraculously healed itself by leaping into Jermuk's mineral spring, leading to the water's fame and the deer's symbolic role. Despite its isolated location, history lovers and curious travelers alike journey here to witness this architectural wonder rising dramatically from the rocky cliffs of southern Armenia. Tatev Monastery, a medieval Armenian masterpiece, was constructed between the 9th and 13th centuries, nestled deep in the rugged Shunnik region above the Vorotin River Gorge. Near the monastery lies the Wings of Tatev, the world's longest reversible cableway, stretching over 6 kilometers and offering unforgettable panoramic views of the Vorotin River Valley. Tatev's strategic position made it both a spiritual and administrative center, once serving as the seat of the Metropolitan of Shunnik and overseeing several surrounding villages. The complex once thrived as a wealthy institution, housing workshops, libraries, and even its own university, which played a key role in Armenian scientific and philosophical development. Tatev University reached its height in the 13th and 14th centuries, attracting scholars, monks, and artists from various regions across Armenia and beyond. Today, the complex has been restored, with the Church of Saints Peter and Paul dominating the site, its tall dome rising directly from the stone base. This dome, crowned by an umbrella-shaped vault, is adorned with ancient reliefs, including expressive human faces and twisting serpent motifs carved into its stone surface. Perched on a cliff, Tatev offers sweeping views of the surrounding peaks and the gorge below, merging architectural wonder with breathtaking natural scenery. This city's charm lies in its perfect fusion of ancient history and modern rhythm, where timeless churches and cultural landmarks stand alongside bustling clubs, bars, and stylish cafes. Yerevan is a vibrant palette of colors and energy throughout the year, with each season offering something unique. From mild winters to warm autumns and lively festive summers. You can wander through pink stone squares, lush gardens, and peaceful parks, all while soaking in the harmonious coexistence of tradition and innovation that defines Yerevan's spirit. History lovers will find plenty to admire, from archaeological sites and centuries-old monasteries to galleries and museums that preserve Armenia's artistic and cultural treasures. At the same time, Yerevan keeps its finger on the pulse of modern life, offering exciting entertainment options like concerts, street festivals, outdoor exhibitions, and family-friendly amusement parks. Music plays a huge role in city life, where jazz, rock, classical, and folk tunes echo through concert halls, open squares, and cozy underground venues. The city bursts into celebration during annual festivals, especially Vardavar, where people of all ages splash water on each other in joyful street mayhem. Food is central to Yerevan's hospitality and its national cuisine, full of herbs, grilled meats, baked goods, and rich flavors, will surprise even the most seasoned culinary explorers. Don't miss the chance to try Armenian wines, brandies, and homemade fruit vodkas, which are served generously at any gathering or celebration. Yerevan locals love to celebrate life. Birthdays, weddings, holidays, or even just a beautiful evening can be a reason to throw a joyful feast. If you're lucky, you might be spontaneously invited into someone's home where guests are treated like family and tables overflow with food, drink, and laughter. Gyumri, Armenia's second largest city, rests on the Shirak Plateau, surrounded by mountain gorges and lying near the northern slopes of the Aragats mountain range. Throughout history, the city changed hands many times, ruled by Arabs, Turks, and Persians before joining the Russian Empire in the early 19th century. In 1804, during the Russo-Persian Wars, Horomayri became Russian territory, and in 1837, the Alexandropol Fortress was established there, marking a new era of development. Later, the construction of a railway junction in the late 19th century turned the city into a major trading hub in Transcaucasia. Renamed Leninaken during the Soviet period, the city eventually reclaimed its historic name, Gyumri, following Armenia's independence. At the heart of Gyumri lies Vartanants Square, a grand open plaza bordered by 4 major streets and filled with historic and cultural significance. This square, designed during the 1930s, based on Alexander Temanian's urban plan, features fountains and a striking monument to the Battle of Avarayr. Unveiled in 2008, the monument includes sculptures of Armenian heroes who led the resistance against the Sassanid Empire in 451 AD. Nearby, the All Saviors Church stands as one of the city's most important landmarks, built between 1858 and 1876. Designed by local mason Tadevos Andikian and inspired by the Cathedral of Ani, the church symbolized Gyumri's growing cultural and religious importance. It was partially destroyed during the 1988 earthquake, but is now undergoing renovation, preserving its historical and architectural legacy. The church is adjacent to the St. Michael Chapel and a monument dedicated to its reconstruction, marking its resilience over the decades. Another major site in Gyumri is the Mother Armenia Monument, a towering Soviet-era statue unveiled in 1975 to mark World War II victory. Standing beside the historic Black Fortress, this 41-meter structure honors Gyumri residents who fought in the Great Patriotic War. Odzun is an ancient Christian sanctuary believed to have been visited by Apostle Thomas, who buried Christ's swaddling clothes beneath its altar. The original 4th century basilica, built by St. Gregory and King Turdat III, was destroyed by an earthquake, and today's church dates to the 6th century. Skepticism about the relic led to part of the altar being altered with 3 large stones, but over 20 early sculptures still remain. In the 19th century, the Abovian family replaced the cracked tiled roof with tufa stone, though major restoration didn't occur until the 1980s. Despite setbacks during the Soviet collapse, restoration resumed with state plans and support from the Hovhan's Imastazer His Holiness Odznishi Foundation. Horomayri Monastery lies about 3 kilometers southeast of Odzun, with current structures built between the late 12th and early 14th centuries. The complex includes 2 distinct parts, one nestled in Debed Canyon's slope and another perched dramatically on the canyon's upper plateau. According to legend, Byzantine Emperor Heraclius founded the first church here in the 7th century. Another story credits a Greek Christian named Vasid, who converted after witnessing a miracle by Catholicos Hovhannes Odznetsi as the monastery's founder. The site later gained relics of Catholicos Peter I, and the main church was renamed Saint Nshan, meaning holy sign. Erebuni Fortress sits on Areni Hill in Yerevan, founded in 782 BCE by King Argishti I of the Urartian Kingdom. A cuneiform inscription discovered during excavations confirmed its founding date, offering the earliest known evidence of Yerevan's origin. The fortress once housed religious, royal, and economic buildings, marking it as a major administrative center of ancient Urartu. Erebuni attracts tourists mainly during Armenia's warm season, which stretches from March to late autumn thanks to the country's mild climate. Its slopes are covered in greenery and forests, with caves scattered around, and Vachigan Lake originating from its snowy peaks. Khustup Mountain, rising 3,201 meters in Siunik, is part of the Bagrushat Range and formed from volcanic and sedimentary rock layers. The name Khustup comes from Kutu, meaning prayer, reflecting its long-standing reputation as a sacred site for pilgrimage. Hikers admire Khustup not only for its striking shape, but also for panoramic views of Shunik's mountainous terrain from the summit. Its commanding presence and remarkable architecture make it a highlight for both history lovers and adventure seekers visiting southern Armenia. Smbatabert Fortress stands proudly atop a hill, surrounded by dramatic gorges and breathtaking mountain scenery in Armenia's Vayats-Dzor region. A guided hike to the fortress adds excitement to the experience, combining physical challenge with cultural exploration and spectacular views. The path leading up offers stunning views of valleys and jagged peaks that make every step feel worthwhile. Reaching the fortress reveals thick basalt walls, semicircular towers, and ruins that show the might of medieval Armenian engineering. Smmbatabert's location along a ridge makes it not only strategic, but also visually striking against the surrounding wilderness. Nearby, the Khor Monastery complex invites further exploration, especially for those intrigued by early Christian architecture. The St. Carapae Church, built in 1041, features sculpted altars and window frames that reflect Armenia's rich religious artistry. Don't miss the intricate khachkars near the church, uniquely carved with religious motifs and standing silently through the centuries. The walk between the fortress and monastery gives you a deeper appreciation of the cultural and historical layers in this region. Your hike ends at the cozy Legend Guest House, nestled in Ardabank village and built by the host, Vardan's grandfather. Here, Tamara, Vardan's mother, welcomes you warmly and shares their family's culinary tradition. Armenia offers more than sights. It offers a profound sense of connection to something timeless. Its landscapes speak through silence, and its culture reveals itself slowly but powerfully. Long after leaving, you'll recall the warmth of the people and the stories etched into every stone. It's a place that stirs curiosity and satisfies the soul. For those willing to wander off the beaten path, Armenia rewards with quiet wonder.